as much as you want. I mean, you don't want to overdo this though. If you put too much of this on, it will literally um, start dripping on you. It'll start going like, right? And so you're trying to let a canvas dry, and then all of a sudden you'll look at it in a couple hours and you got all these crazy drip marks. It looks like goosebumps, right? So yeah, no mercy. No mercy. You just put it in. Just fire it in. Yeah, that always cracks me up, Bill Alexander. It's great, dude. One thing I might actually, I'm starting to see here. It's funny. Um, Let me actually flip that over here to do this end, and I got a certain reason why. And you can probably even see it a little bit, but it's okay. I can work with this. Um, Looks like I've picked up some color from down here, right? So I'm just gonna quickly try to take some of that off here. Oh yeah, there's quite a bit on there. All right. So at this point, I want to grab, well, I definitely want to use a phthalo blue. This is transparent blue here. Um, and there's a transparent yellow that I want to use as well. Let me just see where that is. Let me put this guy on here first. Oh, there it is. This is Indian yellow. This is like a reddish sort of yellow. It's very dark. I don't know if you can, let me see if I can bring that up there. See that? Very dark yellow, huh? When it goes against the black, yeah, yeah, very orangey. When it goes up against the black, it's basically transparent, but on the white, you're really going to see it, right? So let me get myself some of this, and let me get myself some phthalo blue. Well, let me just see. I think Jen actually has some of these colors up here. Oh, I think she does too. Sure enough, Jen actually has some of these colors prepared already. She was doing some auroras. Look at that. She's already got some of this prepped up. All the colors that I actually really need right there, to be honest. That's so funny. Oh, well, I got some extra yellow now to use, so that's okay. All right. So this brush is obviously all nice and slick. It's good, right? Um, First thing I'm gonna do is go right into the yellow right here. Let me just get onto the brush. Okay. So you'll see the effect that's gonna start happening with it. Pretty cool, actually. You see that already? Kind of how that starts to pop it, right? Oh yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, I know. It's always nice to do that. Okay, I'll leave it at that. So at this point here, I'm gonna clean off that brush. I want to trust me. This liquid white is gonna become your best friend when you start using it. Now, the second thing I want to do is, oh, I think this almost it looks like it's calling for a sunset. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get some what is this here? Alzerian Crimson Red. This is really nice here. Very very strong. See that? Very strong. So what I'm doing is I got a couple of basically hot spots, right? Which are um playing like these dark areas where I want it to be the darkest, right? And so I know that this color, as you see it when it goes into the black, you see how very transparent. It shows up a little bit, but it's very transparent, right? This red is the same thing. And you'll know if it's actually transparent or not, simply by you can take a sheet like this. You can get canvas pads. Here, let me show you right? And so this is a good example. This is what Jenna was doing, right? Made a little black square and just tested all these colors out, right? That way you don't have to worry about anything. You can try techniques out. See that? You can do a whole bunch of stuff with it, right? And then you don't have to worry about it affecting on your painting at all, right? And then once you feel like, okay, that's working, or that's what I want, then you can go right into your painting and start, you know. I was a kid. I was younger. Um, I I guess I was about, I can't remember. I think maybe it was grade 8 or grade 9 or something that I had actually. You know what? It's funny. I think Bob Ross was a huge inspiration for me. As funny as it is, right? Just like for a lot of people, right? So yeah, but I had tried my hand at oil painting before when I was a kid, and I didn't grasp a lot of the concept. I guess I wasn't really paying that much attention to that, right? Of how to do things, right? Um, and it just didn't work out for me. I guess I didn't have the patience as a kid to do that, right? So um, I ended up, sure enough, uh, going to acrylic. Right, acrylic was my thing for a while, and I kind of stopped painting. Okay, so at this point, I'm gonna go into that phthalo blue. You see how I left it kind of open here at the edges, right? Because I do want some of the blue to show up, and you'll see this is very strong, but it's also very transparent blue as well. So it's gonna work really well with going into the black. You see, if I were to do this, uh, he didn't really he didn't actually make them to sell them. Surprisingly, yeah, he made them really just I think just enjoy doing it, right? I Yeah, I do wonder. Uh, I'm sure he probably yeah, I'm sure he probably sold off a couple of them there for sure, right? Um, Mind you, yeah, I guess that just wasn't really his thing to do, right? Um, I guess he was more about giving a lot of his paintings away, but they still have his paintings in the studio right now or wherever it is. There's only a couple people that have some of his paintings. All right, so have a little blend in there, right? All right, let me give this brush a good little wash. And so, being oil paint, you're not going to wash it with water, right? It's not going to happen. It doesn't happen, right? So that's why you should get the paint thinner, and the odorless paint thinner is, trust me, it's for you, for your dog, for your family, whoever, anyone else in there, right? It'd be just nice. So the dry brush here, I'm basically just gonna go kind of like over like this. It's just a soft blend, just blend it all in. That's all. You know what I mean? It's just to kind of blend a lot of things. And now at this point, this is where it's gonna look really cool though, because I want to get a real hot spot. I want it to look kind of like almost like the sun, right? And light some stuff up, throw some cloud stuff in there. Maybe. Okay, so liquid white. That's exactly what I'm going into here. Very powerful. Look at that. And look how strong it is too. Woo! Yeah, look at that. Like how hot that makes that. It makes it burning now, right? Isn't that intense? Yeah. Maybe bring it up here a little bit, right? I mean, yeah, it does a lot to it. adds a lot to like it almost creates it's funny, it almost creates clouds when you're kind of blending in like this too. But I think what it's really doing is giving you the impression of where you maybe want clouds to be, you know? So like it's and you can add as much hotness to that as you want, or you can do this too. You can take a dry brush, right? And you see this. Now all of a sudden you can change up how you want your scenery to look. So like let's say we want this to do like it looks like it almost wants to do a path. You know what I mean? Like it feels like it wants to come down a bit like this. You know, it almost wants to come out and do this a bit. Like I'm gonna go out here, right? And again, I can manipulate this because this is a wet canvas, right? It's not like acrylic where you're like, if you do something like this and then you're gonna be like, oh crap, I don't know if I screwed it up, right? But with this, you can just keep manipulating it. Like, look, okay, I want the sun to shine out here, right? I want it to go through these trees, right? So let's have it go through the trees, right? Let's not do it if we don't want it, right? So if or sorry, if that's what we want. So even just like that, see that? You can just manipulate it whatever way, or turn this into water, right? If you wanted, right? Again, you can even go back over with darkness if you didn't want this lightness here as well, right? And very easy to do it. So right at this point, I'm basically looking for colors, right? I'm looking for impressions of things. And I'm just hypnotizing this area here so that it actually just has a blend effect. See what I mean? It just sort of blends it in. And now you see these trees are there, but they're not there. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like they're there, but they're not, right? That's what it feels like. It's like they're there, but they're also not there. You know what I mean? There if you look hard enough, right? Now, I do sort of see clouds kind of coming in here, but at the same time, I don't know. I think maybe I could just manipulate it like this. It's almost like I do and I don't, right? And you can go either way with it. I mean, you could literally go either way. You can just kind of give a basic impression that it's a little lighter, maybe up in this area or something, you know? Maybe slap it up there a little. And there, it's almost like a little misty sort of cloudy kind of area now, right? So you could slap in a whole bunch of clouds if you really wanted to, but it doesn't really look like it's maybe calling for it. At least not. Yeah, I do even see, you know what? I even see it do this too. I even see the road coming out like almost like this too, right? So if I and you can manipulate that. See this? Look at this. You could actually just if you want more of that sunshine to come over there, just bring the sunshine over there, right? And look at that. Because I'm all, this is just I'm just looking for a small impression of what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I just want to know like an idea, right? Like, oh, we do that change it. It's like, yeah, I want the sunshine to basically come over here, right? So that's more or less where we're going now with it. If I take a little bit more of that ochre yellow, put it in here, might not show up so much right now, but when you start throwing more color on, it makes it pop, which is kind of neat. So, got a basic little sky kind of going on here. You know what I mean? Hypnotize that a little over here. Okay, give that a quick wash. And I will go back in with another brush. Let me see here. So I'll bring some of this darkness back. That's over here first. Take a big, huge tube of black. This. All right. some of this dark green over here. Get into black. All right. So I see I want this to stand out a little bit. It's kind of like so. Maybe these guys kind of pop out a little bit more. And so you can see all I'm doing is it's just a basic impression. It's nothing like spectacular, right? It's just like an outline sort of thing, right? Just trying to bring some color back there. I kind of like it like that, but I want some little speckle going on there. Oh, there we go. Isn't that kind of neat? That's, there we go. Yeah, I know. I know. I do miss YouTube, but yeah, I guess for me, I get why the Lord kind of took me away from that though. Yeah, more that I look into it all, I kind of go, oh, man. And dude, I'm telling you, there's it's so messed up, but that community, they are so into like the pagan stuff. It's unbelievable. You know, it's yeah, right. I was falling for it myself too, right? I mean, I was wearing a pentagram, right? It's crazy, dude. But yeah, it's because we have so many bad teachers, dude. Unfortunately, right now, there's because and the whole Gnostic thing too. That's a big problem, right? So okay, now obviously all I'm doing in here, you can see, is I'm just tapping in just that black area stuff, right? I'm just trying to get the impression of certain things. Now, I do like that they're there, but they're not there. But I think I'm gonna maybe show them again a little bit more here. Just just a little bit. Just kind of like this. Just black impressions in there. And then so this here, I definitely think that this, yeah, I can see the road kind of building in there. You know what I mean? But I think it actually, let me get a little bit more going on here because I'm gonna sculpt that road out. So I definitely see that road. Yeah, it does. It almost goes like this, doesn't it? Let me see here. Let me take out the knife. One of my knives. Let's see that road. It seems to want to start from here, right? And it seems like it does this. You know, seems like it comes out kind of like that, and it does this or something, right? Oh shit, dude. I think that, yeah, I think that's actually what we should do with it. It is. So you can see I'm just scraping on the side here to kind of get just like, um, well, just to manipulate it a little bit, right? Pushes the paint that in. So I know I could see it a little bit better that this is definitely where I want that to be. Um, and if you go on the side of your knife, right, and you literally go into it, look at this. See that? So you see you can see what it's doing, right? It's creating tree trunks, right? And and so like a whole bunch of them in the back. Yeah, man. And you've seen some forces have a whole bunch of them. Some that got like really tall ones like that, right? You know, little baby ones. Some of them are a little wonky looking. They kind of do this. You know what I mean? Those crooked ones are the best ones to always look at too. Here, I'll put another crooked in here, kind of leaning that way again. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I know. It's funny. A lot of those places that we investigated, though, a lot of them now have signs on it, right? Say no trespassing. It's like, oh crap. Whoops. Yeah. Look at this. Now we have ourselves a little forest. Just a little something here. Okay, so I will go in here. I'll tap a little bit more in the blacks there. But when you start scraping, you kind of start making some really cool little impressions that it's neat when they show up, actually. They look really cool. Okay, so at this point, I just want to get, in fact, I want to go into the dark green a little more because it'll come out dark, but it'll look very green when I start putting the more color on here. So if I just go in here, and I already got some cool little trunks going. All right, I think we're in business. Look at this. Now we have basically we got a forest, right? We got a forest. Um, so I'm going to keep that as my dark brush there, but I want to get another one here. Yeah. All right. This is where we're going to start putting our trees in. So I'm going to get some. This is it's a bright yellow, the um, Hansa yellow medium. All right, get a whole bunch of that there. I'm gonna get a little bit more. Just a whole whack of that crap there. Now I want to mix. I want to be able to create a green. So I'm gonna steal a little bit of blue and obviously blue and yellow. You get a green. And man, do you ever get a beautiful green when you mix it together like this? I'm telling you, you're gonna have greens obviously when you buy oil paints, right? But I'm telling you, the greens that you can create off of oil paint, off of mixing a couple colors, can't beat that. It's too good. That's too good. Mix a little bit of ochre in here on the side, ochre yellow, so I can get a bit of a dark. Oh, there we go. Dark color on the side. All right. So now this point, I think maybe what I'll do is I'll even just throw a tiny little bit of thinner in here. I just want something to remember, dude, and this is actually super important, right? Is that thin paint will always stick over top of the thick paint, right? If you're trying to do thick over top of thick, you're gonna get like globs and stuff, right? It's not gonna come out so pretty for you. It'll be a bit of a nightmare, right? But so the hottest spot is about right over here. And all I'm really going to do is I'm just going to kind of tap in here a little bit, get some green going, right? See that? Just around the top, maybe go to the bottom in some areas, right? And I'm mostly just going to keep to the right side on this side here because I know that my sun, my hottest spot, of course, right here, right? So that's really where I should have a lot of these greens showing, right? And on here and this side, if my sun is here, then of course, I should have it on the left side more, right? It's just sort of your play on like, okay, what makes sense, right? So in the middle here, it's like, well, that's where a lot of sun is. Okay, so balance it out, right? So now we're coming up to areas where we're gonna start seeing the trees a little bit more. this looks like our closest tree so far, unless we decide to do another big guy up here or something, right? But right over here, we're going to start seeing a little bit more. Um, so I think I'm going to get a little bit more into this other brighter green that I got going on here. Just it's just a tad like a mix, right? So kind of just want to start getting in here a little bit, just tap in some of these little guys, right? Just like this. And then this side can come out a little darker. And now I want to definitely start showing a little bit more of this color. I want it to be a little bit brighter, right? So, say like over here, right? Mm. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some magic white. I'm gonna throw it literally into both of those greens that I have. I'm gonna get a brand new color here, and it's actually probably gonna look pretty good. Oh yeah, ooh, that is actually a really nice green. Woo! That is a nice green there, huh? That's a nice green. In fact, I like that green so much. I kind of want to go dip a little bit more back into the magic white. I want to see if I can get another kind of take on that. But right over here, this one. Oof, that is a nice. That's a very nice green. Go back and get some more of that. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Doo, 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 doo. Yeah. Now, I'll bring this little trunk out here a little bit more. There we go. Same with this guy. That's right. Live action. Yeah, see, I guess you can probably see, and you definitely will when you start actually doing some of the oil painting that, hey, like after some it's like, you don't have nice to think too much about what you're doing, right? That's when you really start to have a lot of fun with it. Just gonna mix in and get a bit of a nice dark kind of green going here. Okay, so here at this point, I'm just gonna start creating some bushes over here. Just a couple of little bushes. Moosey, moosey. There we go. Some of these bushes up in here. Follow along a bit. Okay, so at this point, I do see that there's something else that's right over here. I think I forgot about this guy. I shouldn't have forgot about him. It's kind of lonely here. Look at this. There he goes. Didn't really have anything going on there. And that will kind of change up that flavor a little bit. Maybe I'll even add a little bit more of the ochre yellow into there, just a little bit. Get some more of the white in here as well. So I can really pop this out, this one. This one will have a nice pop. Ready? Oof, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice green there too. Let me just get a little more up in there. Nice complemented on. Okay, so this point here, I mean, we're really actually looking pretty good. Um, think, I think I should get myself some brown color here. Not much, but I just want to see. Sometimes I have it hanging around here when I don't put my paints away, which obviously I've done. Oh, there we go. This is just a burnt umber, just a dark brown color. I'm just literally looking for a tiny little bit. Um, I'll show you why. I'll even get a little bit black in there so it's a little bit darker. There we go. That's better. So just gonna basically go in over here. You can't really see it. That's the whole point. This is sort of setting in some of your land. All right. That's all I'm doing is just setting in land. You know that that color's there. You know it's gonna help a little bit, and little bits that pop out and show. It's good. That's good. That's good. In fact, I kind of want it to be like a little bit more here over towards where the trail is, like a trail or a road or something here. One of the one of the two is going on here, and I don't even wonder if it actually. I wonder if it does this. I wonder if it kind of swoops off. I think the trail does this. I think it goes out here and it does that. Hmm. Actually, I think I like that. Can you see it doing this? Right? It feels like it wants to swoop over here, right? And then you have all this land up here, right? Play with. And you got this road that kind of go. Oh man, I can see it. Okay. Let me sculpt this out a little bit because I can absolutely see where I'm going with this now. 100%. So let me get some that white, mix it into that brown. All right. And I do see this road goes somewhere like this, goes boom, boom. Yeah, there's um there's a lot that you can actually take from a lot of different people, right? Absolutely, man. Well, you should I would say definitely check out Bill Alexander a little bit more as well because he is actually the creator of this particular style of painting. The This is called wet on wet oil painting, right? And it's because you're applying wet paint first, right? Ooh, look at that sparkle come out. That's nice. So if you were to try to do this, exactly what I'm doing right now, and you try to do this on like a dry canvas, right? You would have one heck of a time, dude. I'm telling you, it would not be fun at all. You'd be having a nightmare. So now you can see that we have our little trail where it is, where it wants to be. The knife technique, I'll have to teach you, but you can see there's like a little roll of paint on there, but there's also all this too. And what it does is it actually creates these really cool impressions, right? You see all these little bricks? Looks like a whole bunch of stones and stuff, right? It's a tricky technique to get. Once you can get it, you'll be like, oh man, like that's incredible. You know what I mean? Like that's actually super cool. All right, so we'll go back in with our brush, take this hair off of there first. Let's just see how we want to lay our land out. Let's see here. Yeah, I do see that this wants to go up here, just wants to fill in a bit. All right. So it's just like a basic little grassy area, right? Over here, I'll just get it a touch bit darker, but we'll just start coming in over here. Now, I might actually do, I'm almost feeling like there needs to be rock area a little bit going on. And so I might end up putting some of that in here too. You just gotta get some bigger spots going on here. There we go. Yeah, I go down there a little bit. It goes down to the road at certain spots, you know. It's like that. Okay. So let's see. We want to put in. Actually, I think first of all, we're gonna put a tree in right over here. Um, so let me just simply get. Let's see which one that is. Yeah, that'll work. That should work. Okay. So I think we're gonna get a tree right here. A little bit of a twist on it, just like that. Come over just like this. All right. Now, I think we won't make it an evergreen. I think this will be a little different. Evergreens are fun, but kind of like these leafy trees a little bit more. There's something about them. A lot of these guys will be covered up here anyways, right? So these I'm just looking for, where I want to put make my tree out of. Okay, so from my leaves, sorry. There we go. Something like that, right? Um, there we go. I'm just going in here with the dark. Uh, and this is basically create shadows, right? Kind of like what I did with the acrylic. You know what I mean? You see how it creates kind of like thousands of leaves? So, um, also to see over here, kind of a bushy little area right there. And we'll even throw some more bushes up here. So all I'm doing here, if you're wondering, is by adding the black in there, I'm basically creating spots where I'm going to put bushes, right? You can almost even see a bush kind of hanging out right here, you know? So even though it doesn't look like it yet, these will become bushes, right? You just gotta go and tap the color in. Now, right here, I think, I think I might want to pick up a little bit of red, which will be nice to see a little bit of that flavor in there, that red flavor. Oh, dude, the color I'm getting for this, you're gonna be like, well, I gotta be careful as well because a red flavor, you see this, that might blend in too much, right? That might blend that. Yeah, that might actually be too much of a blend. I might actually have to go with a green, but I can still utilize this color. I can utilize it for some bushes, right? I think that would look really nice, and we'll see what it looks like in there. Oh yeah, look at that color for that. You got that's nice, huh? Yeah, that's the color. That is a color to use. That's a Canadian color right there. That's for sure. Might not see dude, all my paintings, or at least most of them, they always come out very Canadian-esque. And I'm just like, well, I, I'm, I am Canadian, so ooh, that's a nice color. A nice compliment to the other one there. In fact, y'all, you know what? I want to take some of that. That's very pretty. Just throw a little bit in there. Not much. A little bit right in there, though. A little sparkle with it. Nice. Yeah, sparkle is nice. All right. Don't want to overdo it. So with this, if I want any of this color in there, I don't know, man. I feel like it's gonna blend in too much with it. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just quickly wash the brush right now. Give her a little rinsing. And I'm gonna go and use, let's see here. I try a different green here maybe for it, but I want it to complement it still. I think I'll need some more yellow in order to get this almost like almost a yellow tree with green still. So, oh, I think I'm getting what I want here. That's the fun thing about playing with your colors in there too, and learning how to mix. Is you can start getting some of these incredible looking shades that you're just like, yeah, you can't buy that. You know what I mean? See that? No, that is the color. That is the color. And then we can start dipping in a little bit of that darker here. So we start kind of going back a little bit. Ooh. And then I'll even tip it a little bit more bright so we can get some extra highlights in here. And yeah, this color is going to look a lot brighter on there. Ooh. Oh yeah, that stands out. That's nice. Leave that alone. There we go. I think with that, bad. Now I'll show you something. Might as well really quick since I have it on here. Got like spots that you ever feel are too bright, too much color or anything, right? I mean, you can probably imagine what the easiest thing to do is, right? Go and get a little bit of dark color, right? And you can kind of tap in a little bit. Right? Just try to complement it. That's all. Don't want to ever, you can overdo something in oil paint very, very, very easily, right? But all right. So I think at this point, I'm pretty much done it. Um, Scratching a couple areas. Oh, I'll do one last little thing here. Get a little bit of dark brown with some white. And we're gonna go in here and just sort of throw in a little bit of highlight. I want some bright white. Now it's really gonna pop. Yes, sir. It might be a bit of a free floater right there, so I'll give it a branch there. Yeah, it was a free floater. The last thing is really just signing your name, right? So that's something really important too, dude, is that you'll find yourself overworking sometimes on paintings. And so it's good to step back. And you see, I do rework paintings sometimes too, right? But good to step back because otherwise you'll start overworking it and turning it into something that you really don't, right? And sometimes it's better to just sit on it, let your technique, your technique will develop, and then you'll look at it again and go, okay, I know exactly how to fix it. I think while I'm here, I'm gonna just take that road, darken it up. Stones here. Go. All right. Just a couple little stone impressions and stuff until off the road. Mm, so, oh, what do you think? How did it turn out? I don't know how it. I don't know how it. You know. I don't know how it looks on your end. Uh, well, groovy stuff, man. Thank you for coming to watch me